Why should we stretch? Stretching has so many overall health benefits. Flexibility improves joint range of motion, which improves your performance on whatever you're doing. Stretching decreases injury, increases your blood flow, boosts oxygen levels, delivers nutrients to your muscles, but it also removes waste from your body too, waste products. You have a faster recovery time if you stretch. Stress relief, we can all use that. Tight muscles can cause poor circulation. If you stretch, you have less pain. So those are some reasons to stretch, and that's what our show is about today, stretching. I decided to do a show today on stretching due to my new workout that I've been doing for the last 2 weeks. It's called, I adopted an 8-week-old puppy out of a shelter. So I have notes with me today because my mind is gone. I'm sleep deprived. I need to stretch because I've been sleeping downstairs and listening for the puppy. And we're just so in love with her. So if you're looking to adopt, go to your local shelter. Plenty of little babies there that need adopted. But like I said, we all need to stretch. And with this workout I've been doing with the puppy, I'm on the floor, I'm running, I'm jumping, things that maybe I don't normally do, and I can feel it. So let's focus on stretching today and getting our bodies into alignment and just feeling good. That's what this show's about, feeling good. So get your water, some comfortable clothes, and let's relax. The very first thing you need to do before you start any type of workout is warm up. So stand tall and let's march. Take an inhale and exhale. Inhale in, exhale out. And the reason we warm up before exercise is because we want to get the blood pumping and get the muscles warm, because if we start to stretch before warming up, you could pull a muscle. Muscles are like rubber bands. They can stretch, but if they're cold, they snap. So just something easy. You don't have to march real fast. I'm a kind of a high energy person, so I'm always ready to go. But I'll tell you, the puppy has really matched my speed. She's a big pup. If you're not ready for a puppy, there are so many older dogs, a year old, year and a half, already housebroken, and all ages at the shelters, at your local shelters. If you adopt at the Washington Area Humane Society and you're a veteran, you don't have to pay due to our Pets for US Vets program. So head on down to your shelter if you're ready. Keep moving. Now let's just step side to side. I can feel it already. I can feel that I'm starting to get a little breathy. Starting to feel my blood moving, starting to feel a little bit better. Because I've been really kind of stiff. When I get up in the morning, I'm pretty stiff and it takes me a while. And I realized I really wasn't stretching enough. So we need to do this. We need to stretch for, say, maybe 20 minutes, 3 times a week. 2 to 3 times a week. Really get into the stretching, especially as you age. Let's make some figure eights and warm those shoulders up a little bit. And just stepping side to side, nice and easy. And breathing and holding your stomach in. And keeping the shoulders back. I don't want you down here. Let's come up here and stand tall. And just moving, that's all. If you're marching, You could be in a chair and march, as long as you start to get warmed up. Now, the marching is really good for ankle strength, and we need that as we age, because that's one of the reasons that people fall. Their ankles give out, and not good leg strength. So we want to keep up with this so that we don't have accidents. That's another thing about stretching back to side, is it helps you to avoid injury. I'm just warming up those medial deltoids, middle of the shoulders, and just kind of doing anything. I can roll my shoulders. I could do that. I could do this. Just move. You can be dancing. We've got about another minute, and I feel pretty good. I feel warmed up enough that I could start to do some stretching. Now, when we're doing moves like this, and we're stretching, that's called dynamic stretching. We're moving into the stretch. And that's a good way to warm up before a weight workout. But after your workout, you'll want to do static stretching, which is what we're going to do today after our warm up. 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to take my shoes off. I'll see you in a minute. So get a chair or something that you can hold, and let's just step feet hip width apart, step 1 foot back. We're going to start with a calf stretch. And you really want to just gently push the heel down and feel that stretch. If that's not enough, take it back a little more. Knees are slightly bent. You're facing forward and breathing. Now, we're not going to rush through this. We're going to inhale, exhale, and hold this for about 30 seconds. Once you get used to it, you'll be able to relax into it. Keep the toes spread. If you're like me, you're always, have a lot to do. You might be in a hurry, in a rush. And I try to be methodical about what I'm doing. Let's switch sides. But sometimes you just get busy, and we want to hold the stretches for about 30 seconds to give your body time to recognize what you're doing. And if you don't need to hold on, you can just come up to standing. Take your shoulders back and down. Let your arms hang loosely. That feels good. I can feel the stretch. If you don't wait for 20 to 30 seconds, if you don't wait for that long, it really doesn't stretch as much as you need it to. So come to the front. We're going to do some leg swings. Nice and easy. Now I'm standing here with my knees slightly bent, and you'll probably want to hold on to something and stand tall. And we're just loosening up the hip, stretching. I feel my hip popping a little here, probably from the way I've been sleeping the last couple of weeks. It's the puppy workout. Whoa. Just a few swings, just loosen it up. I'm going to try to get a little looser here and just kind of let that leg go. Let's do 2 more. And you're breathing. And we'll switch sides. Take the leg out and bring it over. Inhale, exhale. It's so important to breathe while you're working out, stretching or building muscle, whatever you're doing, because you're sending oxygen to the muscle. I'm going to try to let this hang a little looser here and just swing it and keeping my hips forward. Let's do 2 more and just go at your own pace. There. Yeah, that feels good. Going back to the other side. I'm going to bring my knee up and over. Try to relax into it. Breathe. Just opening up the inner thigh. It's kind kind of like oiling the hips is what you're doing. And let's go to the other side. Bring it up and over. You're stepping up and over. And you can do these seated. Most of the exercises that I'm showing you today, you can do seated. I'm going to try to make this a little more fluid. I'm a little stiff. I can tell I'm moving like a robot. Oh, that feels better. Just kind of let it go. Swing it out there. One more. No, let's do one more. There. Oh, that feels good. I'm going to come to the side and I'm going to grab my foot. Now, if that isn't comfortable for you, take a band or a tie, put it around, and grab on and hold it like that. But I want to come up nice and tall. I'm going to bring my foot here, stand tall, and you'll notice I'm stretching my shoulder right now, the front of my shoulder. I can feel my biceps stretching. Of course, my quad, the front of my leg, and my hip flexors. Now, if I want to get a little deeper stretch out of this, I'm going to push my foot into my hand and kind of push it away. And just take it easy. Exhale when you do that. Inhale back. And just try it a few times and hold. Pushing the foot into the hand or keeping your foot close. And release it down. This way you can see what I'm doing. I'm just holding on to my foot. And I'm trying to keep my knee pointed down on the floor. Not up here. And I can really feel that in the chest, the front of my shoulders, my quad. I feel it in the front of my ankle, which is a really good thing to do. You can stretch your ankle this way, and you really need to do that because, as we talked about, ankle strength helps prevent falls. Okay, I'm breathing and bring it down. Tight hamstrings are very common. Stand with your feet hip width apart and put one leg forward. Now I'm going to put my hands on the leg in the back because I don't want to push my knee back. If you have knee problems, you'd want to be real careful there. So put your hands on the other leg and just stretch. Pull that toe in toward you and you're going to feel stretch all the way down. And I'm flattening my back, pushing my tailbone out the back. If you need to hold on to a wall or a chair, that's fine. And breathe. We're going to hold this for about 30 seconds. This is a static stretch that you would do at the end of a workout. Oh, it feels good. This will help you sleep tonight. Keep your head in line. Hold on if you need to. While I'm bringing this toe up, I'm also flexing here and working the ankle. Remember, we did this before. Now we're bringing it up and we're strengthening our ankles as we do this. And let's take it to the other side. We'll take this foot out, put the hands on the opposite leg, and really sit back into it. You're going to feel the stretch. This side feels tighter to me for some reason than the other side. Probably the way I've been sleeping. But I can feel this stretching as I bring my toe in. I can really feel it. I can feel it all the way up into my glute, my piriformis. Everything is stretching. Back is flat. Exhale. Inhale through the nose. I can really feel this. Feels good. Like I said, 20 seconds to 30 seconds. Anywhere in there, you'll feel it release as you get more familiar with stretching your body. And bring it up. We're going into forward bend. First, I'll do it with my hands on my legs so you can see how we're going to inhale first and then exhale. You want to exhale when you're stretching, and I'm really stretching the low back right now. And I'm going to let my head hang like an apple on a tree. Just hanging there. And if this is too far for you, put your hands here and just fold into it. Or you can actually hold on to a chair and just bend over forward, get that blood to your head. So let's try that again, either walking down your legs. This time I'm going to really open up the chest, and I'm lacing my fingers. Inhale, exhale, hold the stomach in, exhale. Now my legs are really strong here. Breathe. I'm getting a facelift at the same time. And you can bring your hands here, round your back, roll it up. That was nice. That felt really good. Oh, I feel a lot better. Okay, runner's lunge. Feet are hip width apart. I'm going to step into a lunge position. My hips are facing forward. Inhale. As I exhale, I'm going to bend that front knee slightly and come down here. And I'm really stretching through the back of my calf, letting my head come down. Inhale, back off of the stretch a little, and you can walk it back up. Try it on the other side. Okay. Opposite foot goes forward. I like to start with my feet hip width apart so that I can just step right back, and I know that I'm, in alignment. My hips are going the same direction. They're not twisted here. I'm going to take a big inhale and exhale, fold forward. Front knee bends slightly. And if this is all the further you can come, this is good. Relax the tension in your neck. Otherwise, come on down. And just fold into it. I'm going to put my hand on my leg and bring my feet together and come on up. Chin is level with the floor. Inhale. Exhale, look to the side. Now, I don't want my body going with it. I want to keep my shoulders facing you as I turn to the side. I take another breath in and then exhale as I look down at my hand. You can really feel the stretch in the side of my neck, and I'm reaching through the opposite hand down to the floor because I want to create that opposition. If my arm were up here, I wouldn't feel that stretch very much. Bring your head back to center. And come on back. Grab a towel or a necktie, anything that you can just put over your shoulder. I'm going to grab onto the towel and I'm going to take my arm up to the ceiling as far that is comfortable for me. If you can only go to here, that's fine. Just try to go a little further each time. And we're breathing, we're not holding our breath. Inhale and exhale. Oh, I can feel that in my tricep. So I'm just kind of pulling a little bit as I take my elbow to the ceiling. And if it feels like too much, just back off a little. Inhale and then exhale again and challenge the stretch. And let's hold this. And there's never any pain with stretching. There's a challenge, there's, could call it a lot of different things, but not pain. You don't want to have pain. because that signals that you have some type of an injury that you need to address. So be careful of that. This feels like a gentle stretch, but yet I'm challenging it. I'm continuing to put a little more pressure so that my tricep relaxes. And release. We'll take it to the other side. So just swing it over your shoulder. You'll grab onto the towel with your opposite hand. Now remember to go slowly. We don't want to pull anything, and stay warm. Your room should be about 70, close to 70. If you're going to be doing back bends, I believe it's 73 degrees that your room needs to be, 72 or 73. Inhale, and as you exhale, you're going to pull that a little more stretch there, but it doesn't hurt. It's just stretching. And release. Whoa, you can feel that. We're going to come down to the floor. I'm going to take my shoes off. Okay, get nice and comfortable on the floor. Just cross-legged or sit in a chair, that's fine. We can do the exercise either way. Take your arms out, and I want you to sit nice and tall. Make a triangle with your body. Reach up through the crown of your head. Feel as if you're making space between the pieces of your spine. Sit tall. Reach the hands out and breathe. Inhale up. Exhale, push away. Pretend you're pushing the air away from you. Inhale up. It's really important to breathe. I know I tell you that all the time, but it's just it's so natural sometimes to hold your breath while you're concentrating on the move. This time as we exhale, I'll keep my knees facing you, but I'm going to turn from the waist and touch down. And I'm looking to the side, but my body is staying forward. My lower body. Inhale back up. Exhale, look to the other side. Sit tall. It's so important to do twisting movements. Let's just keep this going for a few. Exhale as we turn and touch down. And I'm not folding forward. I'm still reaching up through the crown of my head. Twisting movements really help our internal organs. I want to exhale as I come down. And no matter how far, I can come here or I can be here. I'm getting a nice stretch. As you exhale, you can come further. And I find that if I back off on an inhale and then exhale, I can go further the next time. Take our knees out to the side. Grab onto your feet. Sit tall. Just let the knees go out to the side. If you're up here, that's okay. You can just let the breath take you there. But you have to wait it out, remember. You can't just sit here for 5 seconds and think that it's going to stretch. But it's so important to do this because we really need flexibility to just keep from falling. That's one of the main things that I'm concerned about is falling. So Stretching helps that a lot. Okay, we're going to release this. Remember to stretch 2 to 3 times a week for 20 minutes. Give yourself 20 minutes to a half hour and just put some relaxing music on and just stretch and breathe and just be in the moment. It's really relaxing and it helps you sleep. Remember, when you stretch, you always have a warm-up first, a dynamic warm-up where you're moving and stretching, getting your heart rate up so that you are warm and don't pull any muscles. Make sure that you exhale into the stretch and hold the stretch for up to 30 seconds. 20 to 30 seconds is good. Don't bounce. You don't want to bounce. I see some people stretching and, they're trying to go a little further. What you need to do is just back off a little bit and then go back into the stretch and you'll get a little further. Remember, no pain. There's no pain involved in stretching. It actually should feel good after you get the moves. You feel more comfortable with the moves. If you want to follow my workouts, I have lots of workouts that I've compiled so that you can keep up with your routine when you can't go to the gym or you don't feel like going. You can do my workouts at home or anywhere. So I'm on Facebook and YouTube as Move to Improve BP TV. I hope you enjoyed yourself today, and I hope you feel better after stretching. I'll see you next time.